Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called the Scarlet Pimpernel. Scarlet Pimpernel is a game from Eagle Griffin Games. Plays 2 to 6 players in about, what's that say, 60 to 90 minutes, which is probably right. I've played this only at 2, and 60 minutes is probably long. It's pretty quick at 2. Even with 7 missions, it goes by pretty quick. And what you're doing in this game is you are effectively people who are trying to help the Scarlet Pimpernel accomplish missions. I'm not sure what the actual theme is. Let's look at the book and see what it says here. See if it gives us any jazzy theme. France cowers under the reign of terror, and not even the innocent are safe from the Committee of Public Safety and their precious guillotine. In the midst of this turmoil, one man uses courage and cunning to fight the brutality. The mysterious Scarlet Pimpernel, along with his league of followers, the Scarlet Pimpernel rescues the innocent from under the very noses of the committee. So you're trying to rescue people from beheading, which is a noble cause. And your league of followers are trying to help that. So we're one of the league of followers, we're trying to help the Pimpernel. What that means is we're trying to collect support from politicians, make disguises, get some forged papers, get some farm equipment, and some horses to make it to these locations to help complete these missions. We're also trying to put influence along the route to make it easier for the Pimpernel to travel. We also need to watch out for this guy. He wants to put the Scarlet Pimpernel in jail, which is not good because he's the hero of the story. You don't want him in jail. That's effectively the theme and kind of what the game is going to do. Let's go on the table. Check it out. Alright, so here's a game of the Scarlet Pimpernel, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to lay out the board like I've done here. You're going to shuffle the location cards, so they're going to look like this on the back, and randomly put them out on each of the locations that are on the board. You're going to shuffle the building tiles and put them out on the appropriate spaces. Then you're going to shuffle the mission cards. Well, first you're going to take out Vienna and put it on the bottom. You're also going to take out Richmond if you're using the Javelin. I'm not sure how you say that, but if you're using the advanced rules, you're going to take out Richmond, which I've done. Richmond's here. Then you're going to shuffle them up. You're going to flip 2. This is going to be the first mission. So it's Arras. I've marked it with a 1. And then you're going to put out 2 more cards. Then you're going to flip 1 randomly. And that's going to be where the Scarlet Pimpernel starts. And that was Plaza. You're going to put the Scarlet Pimpernel there. Javelin's going to go here. All the players start where the Pimpernel is. Then you're going to give each player a player board, which is basically their color and tells you the actions. In a 2-player game, 25 cubes, which I've done. And you're going to set up these bonus cards up here, which are going to be rewards. I guess they're favor tiles. Rewards if you have the most influence in these spaces, which we'll get into. All right, so the goal of this game is we are trying to help the Scarlet Pimpernel travel from this location to this location to complete some missions. What we need to do is, if you look at these 2 cards here, we need to collect a certain number of disguises, farming equipment, horses, and then maybe even get some political support along the way to make that mission a success when we get to that location. That's it. And that's the crux of the game. So what we're going to be doing on our turns, we're going to take one of these 3 actions. Brown's going to go first because they have the awesome guillotine, first player marker. Normally the first player marker is like that, little envelope with a little flower inside. So what we're going to do, on your turn you're going to take one of these 3 actions, or if you have a favor tile you can use one of those actions. You can move. I could take my pawn and I could move it to an adjacent location. And a location is considered adjacent if it's connected by a route. So this location is not adjacent to orange, it's adjacent to green. And it's not, this is not a location here, green and then red. So this is just, you know, art. So green, red, orange, purple are the locations. That's one action. Another action you can do is you can take a cube and you can put it down on the board. There are 3 places you can put cubes down on the board. There are buildings. When you activate a building, you put a cube on it. If you activated that building again, I would take my cube and I would put it up here in the influence area for that person. So in this case, the forger. And then if I had the most cubes in that area, I would now get this forger tile and I would be able to take this action, which is better than one of my basic actions. So that's why we're trying to get, that's what we're going to be doing in building. So Put a cube in a building. That's an action. Next thing you can do is you can put a cube on one of these mission cards. I could go here, and that would let me put a cube up there in the politician box here and be able to earn favor with those politicians. If I go to the little flower, that's 1 point. You can never take cubes off of the points, but you'll be getting points. This one's going to be resting. We'll get into that when we use it. This one would let me move my person. This will let me put a cube down on the path. Now that's the third place you can put a cube, on the path. So if you see the place that I'm in is orange, I can take a cube and I can put it on any path in that section, or this one because it's in both. The reason you want to do that is you're trying to get your influence cubes on a path that the Pimpernel will take to get to his next mission. So I think he might go this way up here, so I would put a cube right there. We know that he's coming from this location, so he's either going to go this way or this way. So I would try to put my cube down there. You're trying to complete a route to get up to that card so they can make it to that card to score a pile of points. That's what you can do on your turn. And then you can also put cubes over here on the mission sections, and we'll get into that when we get to it. So let's just go ahead and start playing. We need 1 disguise, 2 farming equipment, 3 horses, and a lot of political support. All right, so brown is first. They are going to go here, activate this building. Now, the first time you put that on the building, nothing happens. It just sits there. All right. Blue is their turn. They're going to go to the horse building. That sounds like a good idea. Brown will go ahead and put another cube on this building, which will go up here to the disguise, and they will get the disguise favor. So now they have another action they can do. Blue will do the same thing. They'll go to the horse. They will take the stableman, and now they have an additional action they can do. All right, back to brown. Brown is going to put a cube on a route. Actually, nope, they're going to put a cube over here. They'll be done right there. And then blue is going to do that as well. So when blue does that, it bumps the brown one out. Blue puts their cube there. Brown goes up to the farming equipment, and they now have this ability here. Okay, so now it's brown's turn, and they're going to use this one. They're going to put a cube on a road and score a point. So first thing, they'll get a point. Now they'll put a cube on a route, and I think they're going to go this way. Okay. And then it's to blue. Blue's going to do 2 routes because they can do 2 route cubes. Normally you can only put a cube on 1, and they will go here and here. Okay. Back to brown. Brown's going to move their pawn. That's all they can do because you can move, put a cube down, or use a building. Blue is going to throw some support over to, they're going to move as well. Okay, then brown is going to use a building here. They'll use the horse. Then when they use a building, they also get to put a cube in resting. And I'll explain what that means in a little bit, but they now get this favor. Okay. And then it's blue's turn. Blue is going to put a cube in this. That will give them a cube with the politicians. They now have this one. Okay. Back to brown. Brown's going to do the same thing. So cube, cube. If there's a tie, the person who has it keeps it. Blue is going to continue some routing. They're going to build 2 routes. So they'll go here and here. Okay. Back to brown. Brown is going to use a building. So they'll use this building, which is a horse. That's also going to let them put another cube on the horse. So they'll put 2 cubes on the horse. So now brown takes that over. Blue's turn. They're going to put a cube here, which will influence the politicians. Okay. We need some more farming equipment. So brown will. Brown's going to move down, back down here. That's what they're going to do in their turn. Blue's going to stay up there. They're going to put a cube here, which will also put a cube here. Okay. Then brown is going to put a cube on the farm equipment right here. Then I'll send that up here. Brown still has the farm equipment. Blue, I'll put another cube down right here. Give them another politician. Brown, they want to, they'll do another one at the farm. So they'll go here, which moves it up to the farm. They now control, well, they still have the farm, that's fine, okay? And then blue is going to go over here to the mission space. We'll explain why that's important in a little bit. Brown wants to pick the next mission. They'll go here. Blue is going to go right here. That'll let them move their person to red. They go move their person to red. Okay. Brown will go here. Blue is going to use this building. Brown will go back up here, use that building. Blue will use this building. Now let me explain resting. When you have a cube in resting and you put a cube down on the board, you can pull one cube off of the resting area to also place another cube. So it's kind of a bonus area to store up some cubes to use them for other actions later. So now Brown, they're going to go ahead and be first player. And then blue will go ahead and mark there. All right, so that's the end of the round. The round ends when either both players pass, or all players pass in succession, or all 5 of those mission boxes are done, which is where we are. So now what happens is we're going to fire off the mission. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at all the buildings up here to see if we have enough support to complete this mission. So what's going to happen is I need to pull down as many cubes are on these cards. So I need 1 disguise cube. I have no choice. I pull it down. Need no forgery cubes. We need 2 farming cubes. Blue gets to pick, so they're going to pick themselves and Brown. And then I need 3 horse cubes. We only have 3 horse cubes, so we'll grab all those. All right, then what's going to happen is if we successfully completed the mission, meaning we have enough cubes to meet all those criteria, this player gets a point, so blue gets a point. Now, everybody who has a cube up here is going to get a point. So Brown will get 3, and blue will get 2. And then you take all your cubes back, they come down to your own board, and we go on to the next space. The next space is political support. We need to bring down 3 cubes from political support. So Brown will bring down 2 of their, or 1 of their 1 and 2 blues. We have completed political support, so Brown will get 1 point. Blue gets 2, Brown gets 1. Then we take all of these cubes back. Okay, then Brown will be first player. So Brown keeps the guillotine and they score 1 point just for going there. Next, blue is going to pick the route that the Scarlet Pimpernel will take. Now, if there's a completed route, the Scarlet Pimpernel has to take that route. If there's 2 completed routes, you can pick. If there are multiple incomplete routes, you pick the shortest one. So in this case, the Pimpernel will take this route. So we'll go over to here. We take all these cubes that are connected to that route. It was a completed route, and they go up in to that box up there, and you're going to score points. So blue will get 1 point for being the leader there, and then 4 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Brown will get 1. Get your cubes back. Okay, then the next one will be, then this space will flip to 0 because that's where he came from, just so we know that that's done. Then the next is we're going to evaluate the mission card. So we'll take all the cubes off the mission card, and we want to make sure we'll see if all the cubes on that card was full. So there's 6 spaces. We completed the mission. Then Brown's going to get a point for a completed mission. Blue will get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Brown will get another 1. We take all of our cubes back, and then Brown gets to do another thing. We'll get rid of this mission. Let's discard it. Then Brown gets to pick where the next mission is. So they can either be in Amiens or Admiralty Pier. And I think they want to go to Admiralty Pier. So what happens then is you take Admiralty Pier, put it on top, you'll flip 2 cards. So we can see kind of what's coming up here. And then we're going to take the 2 and we'll put it at Admiralty Pier, which is here, and that's where the Scarlet Pimpernel is trying to get you next. All right, and then what happens is we start the new round. Now, this guy, if we failed any of these missions, anybody who went to the completed mission space, so the bottom of all these, would get moved down here into the House of Justice. For every cube that's down there, this guy's going to move to a different location. He's trying to capture the Pimpernel. If he gets to the location where the Pimpernel is or past him, he'll put him in jail. Then what's going to happen is this mission now becomes Richmond. You add the Richmond card to it, it becomes a lot harder and it becomes a lot farther away. So he would be going up all the way up here to Richmond, from the jail all the way up here to Richmond. So it's going to be a lot harder to complete that mission. So we don't really want that to happen. So that's how that guy works. So as long as you complete missions, there's no risk there from him. All right, and that is how you're going to play the game. The game's 7 rounds in length, so you'll do that 7 times. The last round's going to have 3 cards. It'll be Vienna plus these 2 that will be here. And then you're going to go down here and try to complete Vienna. Then you're going to score up. Whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, it's whoever scored the most points on the last round. So maybe leave the cubes out on the mission spaces so you know who got the most points. And that is how you play the Scarlet Pimpernel. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was the Scarlet Pimpernel. So first off, let me talk about the elephant in the room here. If you listen to the podcast and you've watched some of our other videos, you know that I say Eagle Griffin's games cost too much. I stand by that opinion. The games are beautiful. The games are fun. The games are well made. Great production. All that is true. I just feel like, for me, the games are out of a price range that I'm never going to be able to buy. I shouldn't say never. I'm not going to buy because it's not fiscally responsible for me, so I'm not going to do it. So there's a lot of their games that I'm not going to be able to play. So I wanted to get that at the top. I don't hate Eagle Griffin. I just don't like that their games are always deluxe editions that price people out. That's my beef with Eagle Griffin. I have tons of games that I like. Fantastica, Lisboa, The Gallerist. This one, spoiler. I think I have some more too. I think I have For Sale. I'm not sure. I have that's at least 5 or 6 of their games that I own. I like them. I just normally can't afford them, so I usually play other people's copies. So that's the elephant in the room. That's the thing I wanted to get out in the open. Now let's talk about this game. All right. So this game is what you saw is what this game is. This is a game about, it's kind of area control a little bit, where you're trying to control, the different spaces so you can control these tiles for extra bonus actions, which are amazing, by the way. Inset player board or inset boards, full art of the people, and the tile just fits in there really nicely. Really awesome. So you're trying to get that control. You're also trying to work with other people so you can make sure that you're fulfilling the needs of the missions. So you want to make sure you have all this stuff, because you don't want to fail that, because with the advanced rules, the Chauvelin, or however you say his name, I don't know, is going to maybe get the Scarlet Pimpernel in jail, and that is not good. So you're trying to make sure that before everybody passes, that you've completed all the missions, got all the goals met, because getting in jail is bad. And then you're trying to also get influence cubes on the route to help you score points and to make it safer for the Pimpernel to get to his location. That's that. But the game's easy. You take one of 3 actions: put a cube down on a building, a mission, a location card, or a mission space, or a route. So 4 spaces. That's it. And then once all 5 of the mission spaces are completed, you hope that you did a good job. Or if everybody passes consecutively, you hope everybody did a good job, and we'll see what happens. It's not a hard game to play. It's not a hard game to teach. And I like everything about it. I like how quick it is. I like the art. Tool is amazing. He's great at graphic design and art. I love these meeples. Every single person has a different meeple. Like, what's the brown guy's name? Armand St. Just. He's got an umbrella, I think. This lady's got her umbrella too. She is Lady Marguerite Blakeney. The Pimpernel's got his huge, I don't know, umbrella or cane or something. And then Chauvelin's got his big police officer hat. That's just 4 of them. There's 6 different character meeples because there's 6 players. And I like it. The art normal tool stuff. I showed you some of these cards. They're just really nice. The player boards, not really necessary, but they have really nice pictures of what the people look like, what you can do on your turn. I like it all. So I don't have much else to say about this. I have no negatives. The rule book is very clear. It's got a reference guide on the back of it. The box is small. Everything fits in there nicely, except for this. But this is a deluxe component. You don't need to have this. The actual first player marker looks like, if I can find it, this. So this fits in the box just fine. But who doesn't want to use a guillotine? That's cool. So yeah, I'm going to give this a BGM accept the seal. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10, which is a 3.75 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is the Scarlet Pimpernel from Eagle Griffin Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.